Hi everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady, and the day has finally come. We are laying out the beds for the next door property. And I've got the most amazing, talented design team here to help with the process. And I can't wait for you to see all that we get accomplished tonight.
Hello, my name is Locke. You can find me on Locke Outside on YouTube or Instagram. And today we are in Bree's new property. And we are looking at some plans that have been drawn. And we are looking for the bed lines to see where these new beds will go and where the turf will be and where a good place will be for gathering outside for drinks or relaxing at the Airbnb. But we don't have any flags, so we're using sparklers of all different colors, and we have some pop snappers. So we're gonna use that and maybe some paint to mark the bed lines and see what the garden will look like in the future.
Hello, my name is Will Hooker. I'm a landscape architect emeritus now, and I'm helping Bree lay out her new front yard in her new house. And what we're going to do today is we're going to spray paint the beds so that when the turf cutter guy comes in, he can lay it out and get it going well. So one of the things when I talked to Bree, she's got a very simple plan for the front yard. And I think it needs to be juiced up a bit, I guess is the way to say it. It needs a little interest. So Bree, if you can come down here and look.
Yes.
Here's a bed that Bree was doing, and what I'm suggesting is to make a patio, something like this, with a cutout in the middle where some sort of a tree or something will be planted, and all of this will become concrete that will go with the front patio. And then over here, I've kind of implied something that David is going to have to build, some sort of a round metal sculpture with his wonderful glass flowers jumping out of it in some way, and hopefully they'll have lights in them. Down in the front, I'm a fan, and this isn't going to happen for a while, this is where the tent is going to be. And so I think we need to make this more of an oval. So we need to somehow move this so it all works together in the same way. And my sense, and I don't know if this is going to happen now or at any time in the future, but my sense is that this should be one kind of grass, and all of this should be another, so that they have different colors to them when they're happening. And then the tent, what's the size of the tent?
We want a 20 by 40.
20 by 40, okay. And something like that would be in there. So let's see what we got.
Let's make sure I drew it that would accommodate 20 by 40.
Yeah, I want to make sure too. Okay, that's 1632. Yeah, that will easily, because you're at like, there's 16, there's 32.
Oh, so it doesn't actually fit 40.
It's right at 40, so we may have to enlarge that.
Yes, yes.
But we can do that. We can do that. And I think that all works. I like what you've done, Bree, with this bench. I'm thinking, remember, I forget who the designer was that had some sort of a teaching area here, but you're kind of taking off on that, and I think you've got a good idea relative to the bench and some pots and stuff. I think that
was Carla, who had to leave right when you got here.
Right.
But yes.
Oh, okay. Well, you can somehow do something about that. I think what we need to lay out today, if possible, and I do want this thing somehow I think this is going to be what I'm about is when you do entrances, I like there to be implied gates. And so what I would suggest is some sort of a huge tree here, and maybe another huge tree here, so that basically you're driving in through two gates in some way. So I think what we need to do today is we need to lay out these beds and we need to lay out that extended patio, and then we need to somehow articulate that. And I think that'll do it. I think in the backyard, it's still in an abstract form now, but you're not going to do anything with it anyway, so it's okay.
Have you ever seen someone roll out a map with the scale and everything?
I did do this for the first property.
You did?
It was drawn to scale. I gave it to the landscapers, and all those beds next door were done that way.
Okay, so somehow, what's the...
And coming off of the steps here is the turf line, or the edge of the concrete.
Right. This is 23. This is... What have I got? 8, 10?
16.
10 feet. So one of the things, we've kind of got it laid out, and a way to do this is, a really good way is with sparklers.
Because we didn't have any landscape flags.
But sparklers are better.
Sparkler, and we're going to have an epic show tonight.
We are, we
Yes.
are. And so one of the things we've done is we've kind of laid it out from the plan that Bree had drawn up, and we've got the beds. Dun, 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 dun. And so this is the front yard, and the oval that we're looking at here is going to be where the tent is when you have events. One of the things we had to be particularly careful of is when we have openings, like there's an opening over here between the front bed and the side bed, and the thing about that is we measured the riding lawnmower because we wanted to leave enough space so that they could zip through with a riding lawnmower. And you always do that when you're laying out a landscape. It's kind of along the line, and I think Bree and David do this. I always leave access from the front to the back for a pickup truck, because you're always going to be hauling something.
Yes, and a trailer.
And a trailer.
Yeah.
And so, a lot of people don't even think about that.
And you've achieved that with the width
Right.
that we have there, so
Right.
I can bring a trailer on that side to mulch.
Oh, good idea.
Because that's how I mulch.
Right.
I will not double do work.
And there was already a truck in the middle of the yard today, so
Yes.
you know what we use.
Oh, if only it were here now. Object lesson. So what is next? Bree and David are going to have a sod cutter come in. They're going to cut out the sod that is represented by the beds, and then they will work the soil as best they could.
We've got 10 bags of soil cube that are going to come probably primarily for that inner bed.
Right.
And then I'm going to cover crop the front beds and do a comparison
Right.
of what the soil looks like after a season
Right,
to show
right.
people the benefits of cover cropping.
Right. So what cover crop are you going to use?
I'm going to do peanuts. I'm going to do sweet potatoes, buckwheat. You know I can't just choose one.
Right.
So,
Right. Of course.
sesame, zinnias, sunflowers.
Yeah.
I'll be engaging the
Try at
ground
least a
plane
dozen.
in a massive way
Good.
because I can't control myself.
No. And it's quite all right. So I think.
And the good thing is with the sod cutter, everybody, because we're basically gardening all the areas where there is nice grass and all the areas that are no grass, because that's where trees were cut down, that's where the good grass that gets cut out is going to go. So really by the time this is done, I believe by next week at this time, we will have distinct beds, and the rest of the ground should be an emerald green carpet.
How lovely.
This is why I always tell people, like, we don't have a sod cutter. We don't need to own a sod cutter. Hire a professional who uses this equipment on a regular basis. It is worth your investment.
Right.
I'm a gardener. I'm not a landscaper. And there's a huge difference in the two.
Right.
And there's no reason for me to work that hard. I mean, if David and I were to try to cut the sod out by hand, we would hate each other and we would hate this garden. And I don't want that to be the situation. So,
Especially when it's this time of year and we have all the bugs out.
oh my God. They can't tell that we're basically
I'm
like
squatting.
farm animals right now.
Right.
Well, you guys, you always worked your ass off. Sorry, YouTube.
We wanted to get it done.
He deserves to eat dinner now because he has not eaten yet. Thank you for making this random sketch come to life.
Yay! Well, I'm going to be back to see what happens.
Yes, he will.
Damn it.
I will happily feed you and give you drinks.
I'm up for it. Great.
And Locke, thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
This is
I
so
love it.
awesome. By the way, everybody, they were both part of the jury for the students from NC State who submitted plans. And I'm going to insert those plans into this video so everybody gets a reminder.
Oh, good.
And this concept here was really derived from inspiration from all of those.
Really, it was, yep.
So everybody from NC State's design class is represented. I can't wait. And guess what? We'll do it again next year for the backyard.
Right,
Yes,
there you
absolutely.
go. That's
Always
a good
more garden
idea.
All right, I hope you'll all be inspired by this video to create your own gardens or to come and visit here. I'm going to be offering classes through the Airbnb Experience app so that you can get your hands dirty and learn right in person exactly how to build a garden from scratch.
Great.